You could help a lot of people if this goes well.
Yeah.
James Fisher has been using drugs for more than half of his 36 years.
How did you end up getting drawn to drugs in the first place?
From my social anxiety. I discovered Xanax super early in high school.
In his 20s, he looked like a different person, moved to painkillers and heroin, has been in treatment a dozen times, and even sober doesn't feel right.
I feel like I'm flat right now.
How do you mean flat? Not happy, not sad,
Not
just
happy,
sort of
not
this?
sad, just in the middle. No emotions whatsoever.
When we met at the West Virginia University Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute, James was about to be the third person in America to have an experimental brain surgery that doctors hope could be the key to overcoming his substance abuse.
I mean, I'm getting holes drilled into my brain. Like, it's scary.
Why are you willing to do that?
Because I don't want to die.
So that's James, this is his brain.
Dr. Ali Rezai and his team mapped James's brain to find the exact paths to implant 2 wires carrying brain-stimulating electrodes.
So if you're off by a millimeter, you're in the wrong spot.
A kind of brain pacemaker implanted in the chest sends electrical impulses to the reward center deep in the brain.
The brain becomes sensitized, this reward center of the brain, so you keep on wanting to experience that initial feeling to feel good from the dopamine high. So our goal is to regulate that or normalize the dopamine imbalance in the brain.
Other signals are sent to the frontal lobe,
Where decision-making happens,
That's right, exactly.
Long-term planning.
Long-term planning, the goal is to activate the frontal lobes more so you can be more in charge of your behaviors and make better decisions.
We watched Dr. Rezai implant the first wire.
How deep is the electrode?
It's about 5 centimeters.
Then they woke James and tested the device.
What are you feeling? Any change you're noticing overall for you? Happier.
Showing him photos of drugs and measuring his cravings.
How about just go through heroin craving, butter being the most ever?
I feel like I don't need to be happy right now, so we'll give it about 30.
This is where you're living now?
Yep.
A sober living?
Sober living house.
We caught up with James 4 weeks after surgery.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Great. Fantastic.
Feel weird at all, or?
No, I
No?
don't feel weird. I'm just not depressed, not anxious, not irritable. Nothing gets on my nerves.
James says he felt an immediate difference.
It's like somebody covered you up with a warm blanket, you know, and just the feeling of everything's okay. I used to have a really hard time making decisions.
You feel more clear now?
Yeah.
He's been sober 3.5 months, now living in the same home where Jared Buckhalter, the first person to get this surgery, works.
I'm coming up on 2 years of continuous sobriety.
The only other person to have the surgery relapsed. But for Jared and James, the brain stimulation is helping them stick with the work of recovery.
Has your personality changed at all?
I don't know, because I really didn't know who I was before. I've never had a substantial amount of clean time to really nail down who am I.
Without drugs?
Yeah. So this is, you know, the longest I've been clean in a while, and I'm just starting to figure out who I am.
Kate Snow, NBC News, Morgantown, West Virginia.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.